Intensive farming. Intensive farming is a mechanized way of farming through the utilization of increased irrigation, use of chemical fertilizer, insecticides and other mechanical equipments. Okay, so intensive farming means the farmer use the hybrid seeds, insecticide, pesticide, herbicide and the various types of the irrigation facilities like the sprinkle irrigation and the drip irrigation and give such a greenhouse conditions, and I would like to say much more care for the crops taken in such type of the farming, which is generally called as a intensive farming. Most probably the cash crop grows more in this type of the farming. Even here the per capita per hectare production also increased here because of such type of the facilities given to the crops. And more importance is given to the economic return in this type of farming. Okay, so their main aim is the economical gain and the profit. That is why the intensive farming, it is also called as a commercial farming. Here I would like to give you an example of the countries other than the India where the people are doing farming in a such a way, so for the spreading of insecticide, pesticides and the manure they use a small jet plane, a chopper type of the plane or a personal private plane for just spreading the insecticide, pesticides, and all. That much big and huge farms they have, and they are doing the farming for earning the profit, the economical profit, and the economical return. Next, see, yet we have studied which were the types of farming. This is the methods, farming methods. Someone mic is on. Someone's mic is on. Please mute. Let me mute. Organic farming, sustainable farming, mixed farming, etc. are the current method of the farming in the India. So we will discuss about three types of three types of farming here: organic, sustainable, and mixed farming. Let's see organic farming. The rate which a chemical fertilizer and insecticide are used, the destructive effect of this chemical is also felt. As I told you earlier, that by using the higher amount of or by using the chemical fertilizers and the insecticide and pesticide, the quality of the land, the quality of the crop, and the taste of the crop get deteriorate, get spoiled, and the quality get decreased. Due to the presence of all these chemicals and insecticides in the grain, the vegetable and fruit, it has affected adversely the hygiene of the people. And by eating those chemical coated, I would like to say, chemical coated crops, the hygiene, the digestive system get disturbed and people get the various type of the stomach diseases. More damage is caused to the environment. When I was talking about vulture at that time, I told you that the vulture get die because of eating such type of the animals who have eaten the poisonous plants and all, the crops and all. So it is very dangerous and harmful for the environment too, using of insecticides and pesticides. The productive capacity and the fertility of land has reduced, due to which the crop production of the land and its quality were reduced over a long period of time. So when you start using the insecticide and pesticides and all the hybrid seeds in your farm, it will give higher amount of production and the profit. You will be very happy. Wow, 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 that I am getting that much amount of the production. But Slowly and gradually the fertility and the quality will be decreased. So ultimately loss you will have loss. Organic farming is that method of farming in which urea or any other chemical fertilizer and insecticide are not used. Generally, most probable fertilizer of the farm of the India is the urea. If you ask any farmer which fertilizer you are using for the crop, generally his or her answer will be the urea fertilizer. There are various fertilizers, phosphate and potash and the nitrogen and so many, the nitrate, not nitrogen exactly, but uh, it's compound of the nitrogen. So many other fertilizers are there, but more number of the people are using the urea, which is very dangerous, very harmful. So in the organic farming, such type of the fertilizers are not being used. For the nutrition of the crop, dung, earthworm fertilizers, composite fertilizers, etc. are used for providing the natural growth and the natural taste to the crop. Here in the organic farming, the cow dung will be used. That is what we call as a manure. And the vermi technology. Vermi technology is the production of the vermicompost, earthworm compost fertilizer. Basically, they are not killing the earthworms in it, but they allow you to develop the earthworms in the soil. And whatever the excretas of the earthworm get mixed with the soil and it will act as a manure. You might have heard about this that earthworm is a friend of farmer. So by using the earthworms, they produce the fertilizers, and that fertilizers, the natural fertilizers, will be used in the organic farming. Cow urine, neem solvent, buttermilk are used for the protection of the crops. So various types of the thing like cow urine, then neem liquid, neem solvent, and the buttermilk. This natural material and homemade material will be used as an insecticide and pesticides. They contain natural taste, sweetness, and the fragrance. They are there are minerals, vitamins, and life energy element in these crops. So in the organic farming, you can see the real taste, real fragrance, and natural color and everything natural. Okay, even it will give you the more number of nutrition, minerals, vitamins, and life energetic things, the protein and all. Sheikh Busra, I will allow you to speak, don't worry. Nowadays organic farm product are more in the demand, so the farmer also get good returns. So people come to know that the high amount of the fertilizers production is harmful for the health. So people now move towards the organic production. So they always demand for the organic production. You might have heard about the barcoded crops and especially the barcoded fruits. Barcoded fruits are available in the market. So number nine, if you found that basically the five and four digits were written on the barcode. So number nine is showing that best quality of the production, organic production. Number four is saying that this crop is cultivated with the using of fertilizers and all. Just I think I have some doubt in it, in the numbering nine or a four. Just you go through the Google and Google it. barcode digits for the organic farm product, so you will get the detail about it. Okay, so whenever next time if you will go for purchasing any fruit in the market or in the mall, then just check before you purchase. Always have a organic production. Next, sustainable farming. In order to see that the soil fertility is retained for a longer time, care is taken for the crop rotation, use of chemical fertilizers only when necessary, and use of biotic controls for the insect and harvest, water conservation, etc. Sustainable farming means doing the farming by using the all techniques, all the way, all the means of farming when it is necessary, if it is needed. Here, the maintenance of the soil and soil fertility also will be observed and also will be taken care by the farmer, while the chemical fertilizers also will be used if it is necessary. If the various types of the insect get attached with the crop and get uh, if your crop get the insect, then insecticide will be also used, but if it is necessary then. So such type of the farming system is called as a sustainable farming. Mixed farming. Here the mixed farming means along with the cultivation of the crop, you are also dealing with the cattle rearing, poultry farming, fishery and all. That is called as a mixed farming. Along with the cultivation of the crop, you are also doing the poultry farming, then animal rearing, cow husbandry, production of the milk and all. That is called as a mixed farming. Sheikh Yusuf, I will ask you a question later. I will ask you a question. Let's see the agricultural products of India as per the season. The agricultural crop of India can be grouped into three categories. Number one, that is Kharif crop. Number two, Rabi crop. And number three, that is Zaid crop. So these are the three categorized categories of the crops. Kharif, that is the monsoon crop, the crop which taken during the monsoon season. Rabi, that is a winter, the crop which is taken during the winter season. And Zaid, which is the summer crop. The time or a month of the Kharif crop is June July to October November, and the crops of the kharif, that is paddy, maize, jowar, millet, cotton, till, groundnut, mug and mud, these require more amount of water, and during the rainfall the water is available. So the farmer produce such type of the crops: paddy, maize, jowar, millet, cotton, till, groundnut, mug and mud. While the month October, November to the March and April for the Rabi crop. Rabi crop, the crop which is cultivated during the winter season. And wheat, gram, barley, mustard and linseed. Linseed यानी कि अड़सी, अड़सी जो मुखवास में आती है, you might have eaten. Wheat, gram, barley, mustard, and linseed are the Rabi crop, while the time period of Zaid crop is March to June. March, April, May, June for the 4 months. Paddy, maize, groundnut, till, millet, and fruits like watermelon, cucumber, muskmelon are called as a zaid crop, which can be cultivated during the time of the summer, which need higher temperature and water too. Major agricultural crops of India due to the diversity in the geographical condition, climate, varieties of land, and amount of rainfall, the different crops are grown in the different part of the India. Because of the variety, because of the geological variety, because of the climate condition, and because of the topography and the physical features, we can see the various type of the crop in the India. See the major crop production of India here I have mentioned the food crops. Which are the food crops including the paddy, wheat, jowar, millet, maize and barley. Pulses, pulses includes tuer, mug, gram, peas, beans, mut, urad and lentil. Oilseeds, oilseeds, groundnut, teal, soybean, custard, mustard, sunflower, coconut, and linseed. Beverages, tea, coffee, cocoa. Cash crop, cotton, sugarcane, jute, tobacco, rubber. Condiments that is also called as a khada masala, garam masala, condiments, spices, cumin seed, fennel, isabgol, coriander, fenugreek, ajwain. Ajwain that is oregano, ajwain, oregano. You while eating pizza, you might have seen the two bottle, one of the chili flakes, one of the oregano. So oregano is the ajwain, ajmo, oregano. Black pepper and garlic. These are the condiments. Then fruits, mango, banana, chiku, papaya, grapes, jujube yani bear, apple, guava. The one has not mentioned that is also called as a custard apple. Vegetables. Vegetable includes potato, brinjal, onion, bottle gourd, turia. Turia is the green gourd. Lady's finger, cabbage, cauliflower, and other various vegetable. So these are the major crops of India. India produces such type of the crops. Let's see the food grain. The grains are cultivated in about 75% out of 100%. Out of 100% crop cultivation, 75% crops are the food grain. Major food grains are follow number one paddy. Paddy which is called as a rice once it get cooked. Once it get cooked, then it is called as a rice. Paddy is our most important crop. A large majority of the world and about half of the population of India use rice. So we are fond of rice and this is the number one crop cultivate in India and half of the population of India is utilizing or consuming rice. India stands second in the world after China in the paddy production. This is most important thing to remember that the China is the first producer of paddy while India is the second largest producer of the paddy. Paddy is shown over one fourth of the total shown area. So one the fourth part of the country, the fourth part means 25%. 25% area is being sown with the paddy. Rest of the food grains and rest of the crops are covering 75% of the total cultivation cultivable area, but paddy only control over the 25%. Paddy is a crop of torrid zone. Torrid zone where there is a high amount of the higher temperature and a high humidity. That is the torrid zone. So paddy is a crop of torrid zone, hot and humid climate, minimum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius, fertile alluvial soil, and more than 100 semi rainfall are necessary for the more production. If you want to produce more, if you want to get good production, then the climatic condition must be available to the crop. And what is the climatic condition of the paddy? See, this is also important. You have to remember, you have to learn the climatic condition of the crop. The paddy require hot and humid temperature, or hot and humid climate, having more than 100 centimeter of the rainfall and 20 degrees Celsius temperature. In the region of less rainfall in Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh, the crop is taken through the irrigation. Okay, where there is a less rainfall. Generally, the South Indian portion, that is the Western Ghat receive the highest amount of the rainfall, as we all know. In the uh, standard 9, we have discussed that why the Western Ghat and the Seven Sisters, that is called as the eastern part of the India, northeast area, why they receive the higher rainfall. Okay, and the down part below the Cancer, Tropic of Cancer passes through the Gujarat, and the lower part of the Tropic of Cancer is belong to the torrid zone. So it is easy, that is a common sense that such type of the area can grow up the paddy well. But in the north part of India, where there is a no such hot and humid atmosphere and high amount of the rainfall, there paddy grown by using the irrigation facility. The more human labor is necessary for the paddy cultivation. West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Bihar, Odisha are the major producer of the paddy. The crop is taken 2 or 3 times in the West Bengal. See here, West Bengal is such an area where which receive a good amount of the water. I'm not telling that good amount of the rainfall, but I would like to say they receive the good amount of water because of the flood of Ganga river as well as the Brahmaputra river. So they received a good amount of water so they can produce this crop twice or thrice in a year. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Odisha, and Tamil Nadu, the similar. In Gujarat, paddy is grown in Surat, Tapi, Panchmahal, Ahmedabad, Kheda, Anand, Valsad district. Paddy require more water. However, instead of keeping the paddy fields fully under the water, paddy is grown by irrigating through the sprinkle using the less water. Okay. More amount of the water is needed, and the crop should remain under the water. The root part of the crop should remain in under the water. Such type of the condition the paddy require. And if you have the less rainfall, then you have to use the sprinkle irrigation for the cultivation of paddy. Okay,